Tacoma is the 500-pound gorilla in the mid-size truck market. This is the all-new one, not a refresh, it's all new. High in the hills of Hawaii's Big Island, at a coffee farm far from prying eyes, Toyota recently offered up a first look at the new 2024 Tacoma. It gets two distinct powertrains, two cab configurations, two bed sizes, 5 and 6 foot, plus a 6-speed manual gearbox. I'll be talking to Sheldon Brown. So you are the chief engineer, so you are the guy to talk to about this truck.
Well, look, we've got a great development team.
So not only is the Tacoma all new, it seems like Toyota is taking a completely different tack when it comes to marketing. There are 8 different models now, and each one seems to be targeting a certain customer. Toyota brought 4 models. Here's what you're going to see. TRD Pro, Limited, Sport, and the new Trailhunter for those looking to overland. I had limited time and it was raining. It's no secret that Tacoma has evolved for years using, shall we say, a tried and true architecture. Some would call that a euphemism for old. Now it's
all new, from the absolute ground up. Whether it's the chassis, the frame, the upper body, the powertrain, completely new.
Okay, so let's talk about the frame first.
Okay, sure.
Where does that come from? Because you have a pretty good frame in the Tundra.
That's right. And actually that is the basis. It's part of our global TNGA F frame platform. So we call it the F frame. And that platform frame was used for Tundra, it was used for Sequoia, and it was used for Land Cruiser. And then what we do is we right size it for each of those vehicles. And what that means is, of course, we lengthen or shorten depending on the wheelbase.
As far as capability, max towing is 6,500 pounds, max payload is 1,709 pounds. This, of course, depends on model and how it's equipped. This is designed and engineered in the USA because this is different from the Hilux.
It is. It's absolutely. This is really, truly meant for the North American market. Of course, we export to Canada, we export to Mexico, Puerto Rico, and a few other places around the world, but predominantly this is a North American product.
It seems that vehicles, especially trucks, keep getting bigger. Toyota kept that in check with Tacoma.
Garageability is what our customers have said from the beginning of time, and they have said we must put this truck in the garage. Bumper to bumper, we held the line. 5416, that's 5,416 millimeters, just shy, about 3 inches shy of 18 feet, to make sure that we're identical, including the front license plate, to the outgoing truck. Now, what we have done is we've extended the wheelbase, okay? So from on the base trucks, I'll talk SR5 because that's kind of the base, and then we can talk from there. We're at the Pro here. Obviously, this is our widest tread width, but we start SR5. The outgoing truck is 1,600 millimeters. We move up to about 1,667, which is about 3 inches wider on the base truck. Then when we go from the new base truck to the first over fender, which would be on our ORP Sport and Limited, we get about another 1/2 inch wider. And then on this vehicle, compared to what you're looking at on the SR5, we're 3 inches wider than that. So if you looked at the original SR5 from the current generation to the new TRD Pro, you're almost 6 inches wider. Big, big change in the overall tread width of this truck. Now, we did that, but what was important, we talked about garageability. Door to door, we kept it the same. So shoulders get wider, door to door stays the same. That allows for that egress when you're parked in the garage up against the wall. We wanted to make sure our customers can still get out.
The new architecture should give Tacoma a better driving dynamic and more comfort. It's never been a fun vehicle to drive long distance.
We wanted to improve the overall, especially for the front occupant, as the driver and the passenger. So one of the criticisms that we had from, or one of the complaints I guess we'd had from some of our customers, that they felt that they were very flat, and so they felt their leg was kind of very straight. So what we did here was we raised the hip point about 30 millimeters. And there's an important dimension, we call it heel to hip ratio, or heel to hip point. And that's the measurement from when your heel is on the ground to how high your hip is. And that was important, so that went up about 30 millimeters. In addition to that, we then moved the roof line up 30 millimeters to make sure that we maintained the same head clearance. And then we also wanted to make sure that we could get comfortable. So there's really 3 parts: heel to hip. Well, then we want to talk about the articulation in and out of the steering wheel, as well as up and down, so telescoping and tilting of the steering wheel, as well as height adjustability. that is in the seat. And so all grades of truck, all the way down to the SR, will have vertical height adjustment.
The front suspension is double wishbone. In back, SR, SR5, and TRD Pre-Runner get leaf springs. Others get a multi-link setup. The V6 has been 86'd. Let's talk engines. These are new?
They are all new, that's right. So we start off with our iForce engine, which is an L4 turbo, paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. What you're looking at here is our iForce Max. And of course, that is where we pair the same unit and transmission with a with an electric motor that's sandwiched in between. And that's really similar to what we do with our Tundra and Sequoia. In fact, we're actually using the identical electric motor and battery right here. So together, that produces 326 horse and 465 pound-feet of torque.
Okay, so it's not necessarily like Prius hybrid where it's strictly for fuel economy. This is a truck and you want power.
Power, torque, and really responsiveness in the torque.
The TRD Pro offers up all the kit to tackle terrain at speed. Think Ford Ranger Raptor, which will finally be a thing in the US. It gets the iForce Max powertrain, 2.5-inch Fox shocks, electronically activated rear locking differential, front stabilizer bar disconnect, aluminum front skid plate, and much more. Toyota says crawl control, which is low-speed cruise, is significantly quieter. This is the standard isodynamic performance seat, and it's much more than excellent bolstering with digital camo pattern. Check out the back. The vertical and lateral shocks are adjustable, and adjustable pressure and dampening should take a lot of the shock off your spine when motoring hard on severe surfaces. And they look awesome. I want this as my office chair. So you know, the tailgate is aluminum, the 2-door extra cab is sold only with a 6-foot bed, the 4-door double cab can be had with either the 5 or 6-foot bed, it's probably model dependent. And, as you can see, the bed is composite. If you haven't heard the big news, there's a new overlanding-oriented model called Trailhunter, and it comes standard with the iForce Max powertrain.
The all-new Trailhunter comes with an Old Man Emu suspension, comes with 33-inch tall tires, has a sway bar disconnect mechanism in the front, has a locking rear differential, and you can get it either in a 6-foot or a 5-foot bed.
If there were ever a mid-size pickup to tackle the wilderness and maybe the end of days, this might be it. It comes with everything extreme adventure junkies need right off the showroom floor.
And its goal is to go far and carry weight, just as overlanders want to do. So if you look at the TRD Pro, it's designed to go fast off-road. The all-new Trailhunter is designed to carry everything that you need to go overlanding and get you there and get you back home safely.
To air up quickly, there's a built-in high-capacity compressor to get the job done. I can see Trailhunter becoming the next IT truck. On the other end of the spectrum is the Limited. It's the luxury Tacoma, and it has quite a different personality than TRD Pro and Trailhunter. Strictly a double cab pickup, it will be available with the turbo 4-cylinder engine standard or the iForce Max powertrain as an option. I think this gets the luxury message across. It gets lots of bling, a heads-up display, and adaptive variable valve suspension.
So we currently do have a Limited grade with the Tacoma, but with this new Limited, you get full-time 4-wheel drive and you get AVS, which allows you to modulate the suspension from a very comfortable setting to a very sports setting. So we've taken Limited to an all-new level.
Okay. And people do like their fancy pickup trucks these days, right?
Oh, absolutely, right? If you look at what we've done with Tundra, right, that higher end pickup truck is where a lot of the attention is.
The extra shark fin antenna is a receiver for a remote camera that can be placed on a trailer. Electronics include trailer backup guide and straight path assist. Tacoma also comes equipped with Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0, a pretty darn good ADAS system that includes automatic emergency braking and adaptive cruise control. I'll finish up with the Sport. I see this as one of the volume models, maybe the one that buyers that want to customize their truck will get. Yes, we all know what this means. A 6-speed manual is available, and it can be started in gear because there's a standard clutch start cancel. A cool trick, the JBL speaker that acts as a center channel is removable to become a waterproof Bluetooth speaker. Don't lose it. So there's your overview. We were not allowed to drive these prototypes, and Toyota has not released pricing on the 2024 Tacoma. It enters a segment that's becoming more and more competitive. The new Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon are getting great reviews. Ford's new Ranger will be on sale this summer. Competition, it's a win for all of us. Obviously, this is going to be very popular and a lot of people are going to want it. It's going to start to hit Toyota dealerships in December of 2023. That's the turbo 4-cylinder. If you want the iForce Max Hybrid, that's the spring of 2024. So yeah, it's going to be a while before you can check them out at your local Toyota dealership. Hope you got something out of my look at the 2024 Toyota Tacoma. I'm Tom Volk for the Seattle International Auto Show.